Welcome to Enigma Chronicles, where we delve into the mysterious and unexplained. Today, we're going to unravel the chilling tale of a haunted necklace that brought nothing but misery to its owners. So, grab your favorite talisman and settle in for a spine-tingling journey into the world of cursed jewelry. You know, when most people think of necklaces, they imagine beautiful adornments that enhance one's appearance or hold sentimental value. But what if I told you that some necklaces carry a much darker purpose? That's right, we're talking about cursed jewelry, and today's story is about one particularly malevolent piece that left a trail of despair in its wake. Now, I've heard my fair share of spooky stories over the years, but this one, well, let's just say it made me think twice about rummaging through antique shops. Our tale begins with a woman we'll call Emma, who stumbled upon an exquisite silver necklace at a local flea market. The pendant was a delicate, intricately designed piece featuring a smoky quartz stone. Emma, being a lover of unique jewelry, couldn't resist its allure and purchased it without a second thought. Little did Emma know that this seemingly innocent transaction would set in motion a series of unfortunate events that would turn her life upside down. At first, everything seemed normal. Emma wore the necklace to work, receiving compliments from her colleagues on its unusual beauty. But as the days wore on, strange occurrences began to plague her life. It started small: misplaced items, unexplained noises in her apartment at night, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. Emma brushed these off as mere coincidences or products of an overactive imagination, but then things took a more sinister turn. One night, as Emma was getting ready for bed, she caught a glimpse of herself in the mirror. To her horror, she saw a dark, shadowy figure standing behind her, its hand reaching for the necklace around her neck. She spun around, heart pounding, but found herself alone in the room. This was just the beginning of Emma's nightmare. Over the next few weeks, Emma's life began to unravel. She started having vivid nightmares of being chased through dark, misty forests by an unseen entity. She'd wake up in cold sweats, the necklace feeling unnaturally heavy around her neck. At work, she began making costly mistakes, leading to a stern warning from her boss. Her relationship suffered as she became increasingly paranoid and withdrawn. But here's where it gets really creepy. Emma decided to research the history of the necklace, hoping to find some explanation for the strange events plaguing her life. What she discovered chilled her to the bone. The necklace, it turned out, had a long and sordid history. It was originally crafted in the late 1800s by a jeweler who was rumored to dabble in the occult. Legend had it that he imbued the necklace with dark energies, intending it as a gift for his unfaithful lover. The necklace was said to bring misfortune to anyone who wore it, slowly draining their life force and feeding it back to the jealous jeweler. Over the decades, the necklace had passed through many hands, leaving a trail of ruined lives in its wake. There were stories of owners losing their fortunes, falling gravely ill, or meeting untimely and gruesome ends. One particularly disturbing account told of a woman in the 1920s who claimed the necklace would whisper to her at night, urging her to commit terrible acts. As Emma delved deeper into the necklace's history, she became convinced that she needed to get rid of it. But every time she tried to take it off, she felt an overwhelming compulsion to keep it on. It was as if the necklace had developed a will of its own, refusing to let her go. Desperate for help, Emma sought out a local paranormal investigator named Jack. When Jack arrived at Emma's apartment, he immediately sensed a heavy, oppressive energy. As he approached Emma, His EMF meter went haywire, registering off-the-charts readings around the necklace. Jack attempted to remove the necklace from Emma's neck, but as soon as he touched it, he was thrown across the room by an invisible force. The lights in the apartment began to flicker, and a bone-chilling wail echoed through the rooms. Emma felt the necklace tighten around her throat, cutting off her air supply. In a panic, Jack began reciting a banishing ritual he had learned from an old exorcist. As he chanted, the necklace began to glow an eerie red, the smoky quartz stone swirling with what looked like trapped souls. Emma felt a searing pain in her chest, as if something was being torn from her very being. With a final, desperate incantation from Jack, there was a blinding flash of light. When their vision cleared, Emma and Jack found the necklace lying on the floor, the stone now clear and lifeless. The oppressive energy that had filled the apartment was gone, replaced by a sense of peace neither had felt in weeks. Emma, shaken but relieved, decided to have the necklace destroyed. She and Jack took it to a local blacksmith who agreed to melt it down, ensuring that its malevolent influence could never harm anyone again. As the silver melted in the forge, both Emma and Jack swore they heard a faint, agonized scream. In the weeks that followed, Emma's life slowly returned to normal. Her nightmares ceased, her work performance improved, and she felt like herself again. But the experience left an indelible mark on her psyche. She became more cautious about the objects she brought into her life, always wary of the hidden histories they might carry. This chilling tale serves as a stark reminder that not all that glitters is gold, or in this case, silver. It's a cautionary story about the potential dangers lurking in seemingly innocent objects, especially those with unknown pasts. Who knows what energies or entities might be attached to that vintage ring or antique mirror you re-eyeing. Now, I don't mean to scare you away from all antiques or secondhand items. Most are perfectly harmless and can bring joy and character to your life. But perhaps this story will make you think twice before carelessly picking up that oddly alluring piece of jewelry at the next flea market you visit. Before we wrap up this eerie tale, I want to remind you that the world is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. If you're brave enough to explore more stories like Emma's, why not subscribe to Enigma Chronicles? We dive into the unexplained, the paranormal, and the downright creepy every day. And if you've had any experiences with potentially haunted or cursed objects, we'd love to hear about them in the comments below. Who knows, your story might be featured in our next video. Remember, not all treasures are meant to be found, and some mysteries are better left unsolved. Until next time, keep your wits about you, and maybe think twice before putting on that intriguing old necklace you found in your grandmother's attic. Sweet dreams, ... if you dare. This is Enigma Chronicles, signing off.